I've had six-pack abs all year round for over a decade, meaning I've literally tested every ab exercise. So today, we're gonna be ranking all of them from the worst to the best, so you can know which ones are a waste of time and which ones are actually worth training. Let's get right into it. All right, off rip, we're starting with the tucked L-sit hold. That's a solid ab exercise. This is the first one off the list. It's so hard to choose. There's no starting point and we have to see the rest of the exercises. So just off rip, I'll probably put it somewhere at a B, because there's not a very big barrier to entry. Pretty much every beginner could do this exercise, but there's a lot to gain from it, even beyond just your abs. And doing this exercise will not only improve your abs, but directly improve other skills and exercises as well. You're also holding your entire body weight while doing this exercise, so you're getting a good upper body lift as well. And this is because while doing this exercise, you're depressing your scapulas, which is the first gear to raising your entire body. Try it just, even if you're sitting in the chair, if you push up, you try to hold your body up, you're immediately engaging all the areas of your abs, even your obliques, lower and upper abdominals. So shoot, maybe I would even put this one up as an A, actually. Let's move on. Next, we got the ab wheel. All right, this is actually a really solid exercise too. Again, it's definitely going to challenge you, but there is a barrier to entry. Although it is scalable, you don't have to roll all the way out. So I don't know, this would be in between an A or a B. But for real, the ab strength that you get and the physique that you get from this, I mean, you definitely see some good results. I don't know, I'll put this as an A as well. Definitely an OP move right there. All right, next up we got seated in and outs. Now this move, again, there's no barrier to entry. Pretty much a complete beginner can do this. But with this exercise, you're hitting your lower abs and your upper abdominals. I love this position. You can do it for a long time, which means you can get a lot of reps in there. And again, it's scalable. It's very beginner friendly, but the difficulty levels is gonna depend on how intense you're doing this exercise. But I mean, it's so easy to do. Again, I would just probably put this at A. Hopefully not everything is A. All right, reverse plank hold. This is a good exercise in general, especially from your shoulders, your lower back, your posterior chain engagement. This will definitely translate into other exercises. But does it specifically hit your abdominals as good as other ab exercises? I would say no. So this would probably come somewhere down to C. All right, Russian twist. I mean, that move is tested, tried, and true. I've been doing that literally since I first started. I mean, again, this is another one of the main reasons why I have abs. But eventually, I feel like this move does get super easy, and you will have to level it up some way, either by adding weight or by using a dumbbell in your hand or just wearing a weight vest. But I'm gonna put this up at A because again, it's an OP move. It's very dynamic. You're twisting, so you're hitting your obliques as well as hitting your lower and upper abdominals. Very complete ab exercise. All right, moving on, we got the plank hold. I mean, that's a solid move. The plank is such a legendary exercise, not just because it's a fundamental and there's so many variations that's directly translatable into improving other exercises and skills, as well, of course, as your physique and your abdominals, but it hits every area of your core as well, your upper, your lower, your obliques, even your erector spinae. And this is literally a starting point to so many other exercises, from beginner to elite exercises, like the push-up, even the full planche push-up. You can start right here, either with a high plank or a low plank, and just do scapula push-ups, just like this. This movement is the first gear when it comes to pushing. So if you have a strong scapula push, all your pushing is gonna get way stronger. And again, with the full planche, I mean, having a strong scapular protraction is absolutely necessary. But at the end of the day, this move can definitely be optimized even further, like you can add more weight onto it. So let's just put this down at C. Next up, we got reach ups. I absolutely love this exercise, but I love this exercise if it's in combination with other exercises. So when I'm doing my ab routines, I like to make sure to really emphasize on upper, then emphasize on lower, then emphasize on the obliques, then emphasize on the erector spinae. Not every exercise that I have in my six-pack ab workout, I want it to hit every area of my abdominals at once. I actually want to pinpoint certain areas of my abdominals specifically, so I'm optimizing each area of my abdominals. This is going to give me the best results for aesthetics and performance. But again, this is mainly emphasizing on just our upper abdominals. So for the sake of the rank, I'll probably put this lower too, because there are exercises that will engage more of your abdominals. Let's bring that down to a C or a B. I would definitely say B, but let's just bring it down to a C. Let's be humble. All right, next up, we have laying leg raises. Oh my goodness. I literally started my whole entire fitness journey. That might be the first exercise I ever did in my life. This one is definitely an OP move right there. And again, you're hitting your upper abdominals because you're raising your head, and you're hitting your lower abdominals a lot as well. This is also a very entry-level exercise, but this is something you can do all the way till you're in advanced level, to be honest. Again, these are really great, but you can, at the end of the day, optimize these, put on some ankle weights, basically opening the door from a beginner level to a whole new fitness level. I would say let's be humble with this one. Let's put it at B or even A, because Russian twists are up there too, to be honest. Damn, okay. All right, we got high plank jacks. This one's really good because you're hitting your lower abdominals, you're hitting your upper abdominals, you're in a plank position, so you're using your serratus anterior. That's gonna help you engage even more of your obliques and emphasize more on your abdominals. You're also hitting your erector spinae, basically hitting your entire core while also jumping open and close with your legs. That's gonna emphasize not only on more areas of your abdominals, but it's gonna burn more calories. And if you wanna be as aesthetic as possible, you need to make sure that you're burning enough calories so that you have a low enough body fat percentage so all your hard work is visible. So throwing in some exercises like the high plank jacks into your ab routines is definitely gonna pay off. All right, so let's go ahead and place this one. Let's go ahead and put it at B. All right, next up we have hanging sidebar crunches. I feel like any hanging ab exercise should go at a higher level because just hanging is forcing your abs to contract twice as hard and it's stretching your abs at the same time. The only downside to hanging ab exercises is some people's grips may give out before their abs do. So that's the only reason why I may bring it down to the A tier. Because on the contrary, it's also building your grip strength at the same time, as well as directly improving all hanging exercises. All right, next we have plank alternating toe taps. Solid move right there. You already know I mentioned how beneficial the plank position is, especially when you're hitting your abs, how it's gonna translate to other exercises. What's great about this exercise is you're also hitting your glutes, your lower back, your erector spinae, which is associated with your core as well. The stronger your lower back is gonna be, the stronger your core is gonna be as well. This is a phenomenal exercise, but I'm gonna put it right next to the plank. So I know this says S, A, B, C, D as if it's like the lowest rank, but to be honest, these are all great exercises. It just happens to be the lowest out of the best. All right, next we have one arm toes to bar. That's an OP move. Builds insane lat strength, shoulder, grip, forearm. Being able to control and move your entire body with just your shoulder, lats, and oblique contraction. Imagine having that type of strength. Even one arm pull-ups are gonna be easy. And with this exercise, you're overloading one arm, which you would normally be doing with two. That's gonna give you way greater strength gains. The only thing that would hold back from this is the barrier to entry. Most people probably can't do this until they've been training calisthenics or even ab style exercises like this for at least a couple months to a year, to be honest. But still, even with that said, this might actually be the first S tier exercise. If you're able to do it, definitely do it. Next up, we have the one arm leg raises. I mean, that's gonna be right next to the one arm toes to bars. It's just a little bit more range of motion. For those of you that can't do the one arm toes to bar completely, this is actually one that you definitely may be able to do. You're only bringing your legs up to a 90-degree angle, and some of you may be able to actually do more reps because of this, which may be more effective on your abs in some cases. And that's why the one arm toes to bar is gonna be OP for this one. But you know what? We're just gonna put them side by side, both S tier exercises. All right, next up, we got the mountain climbers. This is just like the high plank jacks because it's a great exercise. It's been tested, tried, and true over the years, not just by myself, but by millions of other people, even before me. It's a great way to work your abs, whether you're a beginner or an intermediate, even advanced. I'm still doing this exercise. And again, it's an exercise that you can do for at least 45 seconds, even a minute long. That's a lot of time under tension. That's gonna give you a lot of results. And you're also burning a lot of calories while doing this exercise. You're moving your entire body while using multiple muscle groups at once. And remember, the more muscle groups you're using at once, the more calories you're burning at once. Now, will this exercise build you the strongest abs out of all these exercises? Well, I would say no. So for this exercise, I'll put it up at an A. All right, next up, we got the hanging corner raises. Now this is gonna be a step up from the hanging sidebar crunches. You're bringing your knees all the way up this time, and then you're crunching to the sides. So let's break this down. First off, you got the grip and you're hanging. That's gonna develop your grip strength and every muscle connected as you go all the way down to your abdominals. And like we already mentioned, hanging engages your abs even more and stretches them out. Your abs are actually working harder from a stretched position. Now from here, we're gonna compound onto this. We're gonna begin to knee raise. Bring your knees all the way to your core. Now you're really crunching hard from the lower to the upper abdominals. And once you have this tight contracted position, you're gonna go ahead and crunch to the side and now engage and squeeze your obliques as hard as possible. This is definitely an OP move. This 100% works and will deliver really fast results. I'm gonna put this up at the S tier. All right, next up we have low plank to high plank. I feel like this move is definitely underrated, especially because every time you go from low plank to a high plank, you're engaging each side of your obliques really hard individually, as well as your serratus anterior every time you push your arm straight, which is gonna make you engage your overall abs even harder. Now, going up and down from a plank position is also gonna compound on top of that ab exercise as well. But still, you can do this exercise for a very lengthy amount of time, which is gonna deliver a lot of strength gains and a lot of aesthetics. Let's just drop this on the B tier. Now I noticed there's a lot of A's, not so many B's. So at the end of this, we'll just revise all our work and see if we need to move things around. All right, moving on, we have the L sit hold. I mean, that's an S tier in my opinion. Not only will you build insane abdominals just holding this position from your upper, lower obliques, everything, literally get you stronger for all upper body exercises. Look, you're holding your entire body weight off the ground with your legs extended, which makes it even harder and adds even more resistance onto your abdominals. If you can use this type of core strength while maintaining and holding your entire body up, that's literally the key to calisthenics. And remember, in this L-sit hold, you're also depressing your scapulas and engaging your abs even more. It's forcing your abs to engage twice as much. Let's try it right now. First, just try squeezing your abs and then try pushing down. Your abs squeeze even harder than if you were to just try to squeeze them without pushing down, just sitting like this. This exercise will directly open the door to every other exercise that you lift your entire body weight with. Handstand press, tuck planche, full planche push-ups. The list goes on and on. This is literally where I started, and it's a fundamental to calisthenics. On our Thenix app, when you first start learning calisthenics, this is one of the first things that you're gonna learn. And that's actually a strategic thing because calisthenics is like a giant skill tree, like I've mentioned before, and some exercises that you start first will actually be more strategical and give you a better advantage to move on and advance faster. And for those of you watching that wanna start learning how to do calisthenics, whether you've been training in the gym for years or it's your first day, just download the Thenix app in the App Store or Google Play Store right now for free and start mastering your body weight like millions of others around the world on a Thenix app right now. So this L-sit hold, that's gonna have to move on to S tier. All right, next up we got hanging bar crunches. Again, this is such an overpowered move, but it's so simple. That's actually why I like it so much too. You can put in a lot of reps, you can do it when you're fatigued, and you can increase the time under tension. But again, this could be leveled up. You could do it with one arm, you could do it by adding weight. So let's just throw this into B. Next, we have the crunch reach through. This is such a great exercise. I actually learned this exercise from my boxing coach. Basically, you're throwing a hook in between your legs and you're really hitting your lower abs every rep because you're lifting your leg up while you're crunching, twisting, and throwing a hook through your legs. Specifically on my right side, sometimes I have trouble hitting my lower outer ab, and this move really helps me engage that area. So this is a very specific movement that helps me hit a part of my abdominals that I often have trouble engaging. Will it make my abs the strongest out of a lot of these exercises like the hanging one arm moves or even hanging abs? Probably not, but the aesthetics are there and the specificity is definitely there, along with the cardio as well. So let's go ahead and drop this. Damn, this move is so effective, but again, it's very specific. Let's just drop it on a C. But just keep that in mind how we're ranking this. Some of you, the S exercises aren't gonna give you the most aesthetics. Maybe some of the C exercises actually would. And probably for a lot of you, the best exercises that you should be doing could be in the C rank depending on your fitness level or what your goals are. All right, next we got chair sit-ups. I love this one because you're engaging your lower abdominals by raising your feet into a chair position, and then you're really emphasizing on your upper abdominals. So this is lower and upper abdominal action. You're doing this from a laying position, which means you're emphasizing even more specific onto your abs, less other muscle groups, and you're able to do it for a good amount of time. Some people have trouble doing this though for about 45 seconds, but if you build it up, you definitely would be able to. Let's put this down again at another C. All right, next up we have bicycles. Man, even I hate bicycles like this deep into my fitness journey, to be honest, but they work so good. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe pound for pound, it may not be the exercises that will give you the craziest feats of strength for your abs, but definitely 1,000,000% aesthetics, definitely 1,000,000% endurance, and you definitely will develop some strength as well. Let's see, bicycles, this is so hard. I don't know, like mountain climbers are up at A, so we have to put bicycles at A. All right, next up we have jackknife. This exercise is super good. Thing is that majority of the people can't do it, and if they can, they can't do that many of it, which gives it a barrier to entry. So not everybody can really utilize this exercise, although it is super effective. I'm gonna put this at D just because it's so hard for people. And by the time you have the strength to be able to do this, you can technically be doing other exercises as well that will be more compounding on the rest of your fitness journey, like hanging toes to bars or L-sit hold, which may in the long run give you more bang for your buck. All right, now we have alternating single leg raises. This is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up. But this move, especially like when you're splitting your legs like that, you're gonna feel like your abs ripping apart. This move is super effective for getting crazy shredded. People can't really do it for that long, just getting started, But if you start doing this, you actually get strong really fast, and you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do it. So for that reason, I will bring it down a notch. The only reason why I'll keep it at a B is just because laying leg raises technically are more comfortable to do, which may motivate you to do more reps or even do it for a longer time than the alternating single leg raises. All right, next up we have the high plank hold. Great fundamental exercise. As I mentioned before, just like the plank hold is absolutely necessary, and you're gaining so much just like the plank one, especially engaging your shoulders from a push-up position and engaging your entire body as a single unit. Even if you have trouble with like any type of pushing exercise, push-ups, this is gonna get you a whole lot stronger. I'm gonna throw this up with the other plank at the C, although they're still definitely mandatory, absolutely have to do them. Maybe that's your level, that should be an S to you. Next, we have toe touches from a laying position. Again, this is a super solid exercise, really hits your upper abs as well, but it's also very specific. So will it give you the most bang for your buck? I will probably put this around the C. Next up, we have hanging leg raises. That's a must. Everybody needs to be doing this. I don't care what tier this is, you have to be doing hanging leg raises. Now, I really love these again because you can do a ton of reps for them, and every rep is gonna get you even more shredded and even more stronger, especially translating into other exercises like I mentioned again. When you're in a hanging position and you're using your lower body and engaging your core, using your entire body as a unit to really work all these exercises, that's gonna develop some next level strength. You know what, I was thinking about putting A because on S, we have that one arm hanging leg raises, but again, you just do so many reps with this, like you literally can't go wrong doing hanging leg raises. You could just do that one exercise and you'll get shredded abs and get strong. To be honest, now that I'm looking at the S tier, you can do that with all of the exercises on the S tier. Almost there. Next up, we have hanging knee raises. Again, an OP move. You guys already know my feelings on that, but just to be humble, let's put that at A because it can be a little better. And you could add some more weight, ankle weights, whatever, weight vest. If you guys specifically need workout equipment that's gonna take your chains to the next level, just go to Thenx.com. You can pick yourself up a Thenx weight vest, ankle weights, parallettes, dip bars, a half bar to hang from, do all these ab exercises. All right, next up we have hanging flutter kicks. Again, super solid exercise. You guys saw the laying leg flutters was also a very effective exercise, but again, this might be difficult for a lot of you to do first starting off, or at the very least being able to do it for an extended amount of time. You may not be able to do this, for example, as long as you may be able to do an L-sit hold or whatever. So the trade-off may not be as great. So I will probably put this back down, to be honest, like around a B. Because once you can do hanging leg flutter kicks, it's good to do it as a variation and to improve your overall abdominals. But if you're finite on energy and time, then you might as well just be doing a hanging L-sit hold or leg raises. All right, next up we have hanging bicycles. That's a great exercise. It's like the lazy man's hanging exercise, which is still great because you're getting a lot of the benefits from it, although maybe it's not like the most intense version. I would probably put this on B with the other hanging exercises. All right, now we have flutter kicks. Again, this is very low impact. It's been tried, tested, and proven over a decade. I've been using this exercise. It's super effective. It's a very easy way to get abs. It takes zero equipment. You can just do it lying down on the floor. That's what I used to do in my room when I was a kid. This is an OP exercise. I'm gonna put that up with A. Dragon flag. All right, now this one is more specific. To do this, you already have to have some type of idea of how to engage your lower back to keep your body in a straight line. So there is another barrier to entry, as well as emphasizing on other techniques, which may take away a little bit of the emphasis away from your abs. But overall, it's a great exercise that will translate into more strength, more aesthetics, and harder exercises in the future. So it definitely will deliver strength gains. Aesthetic gains as fast as other exercises, maybe not, just because of the different factors, how much strength and effort it requires just to do one rep, for example. Let's drop the dragon flag at B. All right, next up we have the boat hold. Now this move is so simple, but it's just so necessary. This exercise directly translates to the most advanced exercises like the full planche push-up, and so forth. Whenever I have a super solid boat hold and I can hold it effortlessly, I'm holding the full planche effortlessly as well. You're learning how to engage your entire body, and the boat hold position itself is really emphasizing on your abdominals. So the strength gains are there, the optimization is there, and the aesthetics are also there. OP exercise. I would say this is at the very least A. Next up we have twisting sit-ups. OP exercise, you're hitting your lower abs, upper abs, and you're twisting, really hitting your obliques. There's not much requirements or barrier to entry. Pretty much anybody can do this and it's super effective. I'm gonna have to put this at least at a B. All right, next up we have toes to bar. That's S tier. You literally unlock a whole new fitness level once you unlock this exercise. All right, next up we have star crunches, super effective exercise. You see, I add it to a lot of my follow along ab workout routines, and that's because it really hits your upper and lower abs while engaging your obliques every time you lift up your foot and your opposing hand to come up, twist, and touch. Again, it's also very easy to do. So it delivers results, it's very easy to do. It should be at least B. All right, next up we have sit-ups. Maybe this is the one you've been waiting for the entire video. It's a good exercise. You're hitting your lower a bit. You're really emphasizing most on your upper abdominals, and pretty much anyone can do this, and you definitely will see results. But there are a lot other better exercises that you could be doing for your time by the time you are at this fitness level. So I would probably put this at D. Now the last one we have side plank raises. This is gonna be really effective. If you notice, a lot of these exercises, you're not engaging your abs from the side. So this is very specific. It's really gonna hit your abdominals, but you're also engaging your abdominals from a different position and direction. This is also gonna help both sides be equally aesthetic and strong. I'm gonna put this one right at C with all the other planks. So there we have it. That's the whole list. Let's go through this real quick. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of these specifically, or if any other exercises I didn't cover should be here. Starting with S tier, we have one arm toes to bar. We got the one arm leg raises, hanging corner raises, L-sit hold, hanging leg raises, and toes to bar. That's pretty solid. A tier, we have tuck L-sit hold, the ab wheel, seated in and outs, Russian twists, hanging sidebar crunches, laying leg raises, mountain climbers, bicycles, hanging knee raises, flutter kicks, and boat hold. B tier, we got the high plank jacks, low plank to high plank, hanging bar crunches, alternating single leg raises, hanging leg flutter kicks, hanging bicycles, dragon flag, twisting sit-ups, and star crunches. Now C tier, we have plank hold, reach ups, plank alternating toe taps, crunch reach through, chair sit-ups, high plank hold, toe touches, side plank raises. That's pretty solid. And D tier, we have reverse plank hold, jackknife, and sit-ups. So there you have it. Those are all the ab exercises ranked all the way to the best. Remember, some of these exercises are gonna emphasize more on specific areas that you may be struggling with, or some will bring you more strength or more aesthetics, burning more fat or building more strength and muscle. Whatever your fitness goals may be, choose 6 of these exercises wisely and start training for them right now. Definitely smash that like button and share this video with a friend that wants to know what are the best ab exercises. And like always, if you haven't already, subscribe right now with bell notifications on so that you never miss out on a video. I post every Monday, 10 a.m. USA Eastern time. So I'll see you next Monday with a brand new video. But in the meantime, check out this other video. It's gonna have you in the best shape of your life. And I'll see you there. Mad love. Peace out, baby.
Superhumans. People do the craziest things in the world. Things people see as impossible, out of this world, they do. I want to learn that. But can anyone be superhuman? According to superhuman Wim Hof, we can. I posted a full documentary with him where he explains his method and how you are just as superhuman as him. We spent the entire day with him and it was inspiring. The man is 62 years old and did this.
Look at this! He just goes in a full front split.
His method consists of 3 things. 1. Cold showers. Shock the body, flush out all the bad stuff. 2. Breathing exercises. Reduce stress levels, increase energy, boost your immune system. And 3. Commitment. Move out of your comfort zone and unleash your full potential.
And I want to try this. The cold showers. And the breathing exercises for 30 days. And see if I can push through the pain to the next level. And we're gonna measure this with the ultimate test. Let's go. The ultimate test will be trying out my max push-ups. You may ask, push-ups? What does that have to do with cold showers?
Well, Wim Hof actually has a push-up challenge on his app and his YouTube channel where he says you can double your push-ups with his breathing exercises. But this is mainly aimed at people who can do a few push-ups and not 100 plus.
So for me, that would not be very realistic, but
the mentality behind the cold showers, the pushing through the pain, and familiarizing with discomfort could really help me with my push-ups.
So at the end of the 30 days, I'll be trying out my max push-ups again, and maybe the mentality of the Wim Hof method will help me push to the next level.
Let's go. In the previous episode, you could see that this was my first ever cold shower.
Let's put a timer on. Great fucking.
Not really a success. The cold shower. You don't need to cold shower right away. You can work your way up to the cold. Start with a normal warm shower, then turn it a bit lower every few seconds and work your way down.
And yes, you can still shower warm.
Also, the time under the shower does not have to be insanely long. You can start with 30 seconds and work your way up to a few minutes.
This shower in the YouTube studio is a lot colder than this shower at home. This is easy. This is not. Make sure to work with what you have.
And make sure to shower the full body. Front, back, legs, chest, everything. Cold showers were getting a little bit easier. I still didn't like them, but I did start to notice some of the benefits. Increased energy, increased focus, and just calmness. We visited the man himself and learned a lot. And we asked a lot, including what can we expect?
From what point would you say that there is like day 1, day 5, day 7, day 10? Are there any significant differences? Is it instantly or is it?
So it takes about, say, 10 days.
10 days.
10 days of gradual exposure, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45, and so every day 15 seconds more to be able to command what is happening inside the body. When there is a problem, you should be able just by thinking.
That problem could be your muscles giving up when doing an exercise, like push-ups.
When the pain comes because of the muscle ache and you're still doing it, then it's directly connected to the pain signal. And then at will, we should be able to bring opioids at that moment. Bang!
You should be able to stop the pain and go on. Push through it. We'll see on day 30 if I can beat my push-up record.
Day 11. It happens to be snowing. Oh, am I really gonna do this? First time in my life. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no. Am I gonna really shock the body? Am I right? Why am I doing this? Calisthenics in the snow. I can't feel my feet, but I'm just gonna flex to numb the pain. Calm down. It wasn't that too bad. Should I go for a cold shower now? Let's see if that feels any different. Okay, so this actually feels like a rather normal shower because my hands are so cold. And what I really like about it is that it feels like overcoming a challenge that I would never normally do. We'll see what today brings.
From this point, I started introducing the breathing exercises. This stuff is... whoa. The Wim Hof guided breathing technique, 20 million views. They do this shirtless. At least Wim does.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
There is this video on YouTube that you can follow, or Wim Hof's app. What you do is this. You take deep breaths in and let it go out 30 times. Then after that, you let it go for the last time and hold your breath. You will notice that you are not in need of breath at all for a long time, even though you just let all your breath go. Hold your breath until you feel the need to inhale again and hold that for 15 seconds. This is the recovery breath. Breathe out and start with the deep breaths again, and the cycle continues. You can do this 1, 2, 5 times depending on what feels good, but after 2 to 3 rounds, I felt like I was going deep. So what exactly happens? What do you feel? It's hard to explain, but here is Arkan in an ice bath explaining it.
Basically, when you do the breathing exercises, you take in an amazing amount of oxygen. Then after that, you breathe out until you have no air in your lungs. This triggers the stress response and lightheadedness. The lightheadedness and the adrenaline spike from the stress response creates an extreme sense of relaxation. The beauty of this is that the breathing causes the body to relax, which in turn relaxes the mind as well. So no need for completely emptying your mind. Brain scans have actually shown that the amount of relaxation during the Wim Hof breathing exercises is comparable with people who have meditated for decades.
And at some point, your hands, feet, every part of your body actually could feel tingly. This is okay, as Wim describes it.
If your hands and feet are tingling, or you feel your body temperature is changing, that's okay.
Let the body do what the body is capable of doing.
Whew! That was a lot of tingly feelings and a lot of, I wouldn't say stressful moments, but I was like, oh, what's gonna happen next?
Breathe in,
I started doing the breathing exercises laying down.
breathe in, breathe out.
This made an insane difference.
With the flow of the breath. No pause between inhalation and exhalation.
Oh, I'm completely out of this world. I thought I had to go, but I'm feeling.
Oh, dang, more rounds? Oh, that was one of my craziest life experience ever. What?
Fully in, let it go.
The breathing exercises were also going great. You need to make sure you're doing this in a safe place where you can relax and possibly even fall asleep. Don't do this in the water. I'm obviously also still doing the cold showers, and it's better than day one, but I'm still not liking them.
Let's go. Three, two, one. Come on, under control. Got it. Yes. Done. Oh, these are freezing. Oh. Alright, so it's been 30 minutes cold showers every single day. Here we go. Can you see the skin getting a bit red? Not sure if you can see it that perfectly in camera, but like Wim Hof said, the body is alive right now. Can you see? But so far, I'm still kind of afraid of the shower. Let's go. It's like, I'm handling it, but I'm just not, I'm still kind of hating it. Hopefully this goes better.
And it felt like there was no progress, and that it actually was getting colder and colder. Let me show you. Ice everywhere. Actually, this morning I came over the ice here to the studio.
So today, I'm gonna do the cold shower, and right after it, I'm gonna go for a workout. Let's go. Oh, that was cold. That was insanely cold. Let's go.
I'm now going to test if cold showers impact my workouts and strength in any way.
Here we go.
The front lever felt good.
With that, felt pretty good.
However, the pull-ups had no real significant difference,
Nah, this is nothing special.
and the same goes for dips. Alright, so I got a haircut, and we're gonna take a cold shower again. Don't really count in time how long I go into the cold shower, because as you can see, it's going fairly well. I am now actually starting to like the cold showers. A lot.
I really like cold showers. I miss when I don't do cold showers, but I don't miss it when I start talking weird. Well, my head is under there. I don't know what's up with that, but damn, this is getting.
I made these videos where we did an insane amount of push-ups for 30 days and we all got some great results. I did my most push-ups ever in a row. 102. However, after this challenge, I was pretty done with push-ups and did not really train them a lot after. So, if I can now do the same amount of push-ups as 30 days ago or more, that will be pretty crazy.
So, am I superhuman? Am I breaking my 102 push-up record? And if I do,
Am I superhuman? Well, actually, the cold showers are just epic. They feel good, they wake you up, and they give you an insane amount of energy. And the breathing exercises have been going great as well, and they feel great. They empty your mind automatically, and they just give you immense focus. But superhuman, what I'm doing right now here is far from scientific. I'm going to be doing some Wim Hof, and then we're gonna break my record.
Let go. Rhythmic. Find your flow. Find your circular way.
Ten more. Come on. Come on. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's just push through it. I wasn't sure if I counted right. If I did or did not do it. I don't know. But I didn't care. I really just focused on pushing as far as I could. And I kept going until I couldn't anymore. Until I fell down. Oh! Oh, dang! That was scary, the last one. I just fell through my hands. I think I actually did it. Similar form. Just being able to push further without, that's crazy. Am I superhuman now? I don't know. What I do want you is to try this out yourself as well. Comment your day 1 max push-ups, then your day 7 max push-ups, maybe an update in between, and then your day 30 down below, and see if it goes up like mine, and who knows, maybe you'll become superhuman. By the way, subscribe.
I tested every push-up variation over the last 10 years to build my current physique and strength level. Today we're gonna be ranking all of them from the worst to the best, so you know which ones actually worked and which ones didn't. Let's get right into it. All right, so right off rip, we're starting with the push-up. This is pretty much the exercise that actually got me into working out in general. It's probably one of the first exercises you've ever tried as well, and even to this day, the top athletes around the world are still using the push-up on a daily and even weekly basis. That's because this exercise really is legit for building strength, muscle, and your physique. I would have put this all the way up at S, but you know what? We're gonna start off putting this at A. The only reason why I'm gonna put it in A instead of S is because it can still be optimized and there are levels to the push-up. Let's keep it moving. All right, next up we have Superman push-ups. This is a great exercise for improving your explosive strength, but at the same time, if we're focusing on our pushing specifically and the pushing muscle groups, you're using a lot of other muscle groups and a lot of other components to this movement as well to execute it. For example, half the exercise is coming from your legs. And if you were doing this just for the explosive benefits, well, you could just be doing explosive push-ups. You'll be able to add in more reps, be able to compound more on the intended muscle groups and the intended motion. To be honest, over a decade of training body weight and push-ups, I've never even had to do these to progress. So I'm gonna put this down to D. Although they're very fun, they burn a lot of calories as well, they're just not that necessary and not optimized. All right, next we have fingertip push-ups. This is a great exercise, especially for building like insane wrist and grip strength. But again, this is also a very specific thing. If you're training for something specifically in grip, this is gonna be OP. Especially if you have the mentality where you're only as strong as your weakest link, well then you're definitely gonna need to train your fingers, grip, and wrist. And fingertip push-ups, that's like one of the best ways to do that. Now, who would actually need that? Well, rock climbers, people that are lifting really heavy weight, if you wanted to do planche on your fingertips or something like that. Very cool skills to have, and it definitely will translate into other physical activities that you do, but it is more niche. Now, I would put this at B, just under push-ups, because technically you could just do a ton of push-ups and get more volume out of it, but the new strength and skill that you'll unlock just by simply doing these, it's worth being at least right next to push-ups. All right, moving on. Next we have scapula push-ups. Man, these look ridiculously easy. It seems like you're not even gonna be gaining anything from doing this exercise. guess what? I'll put this exercise probably at A or S tier. If you want to unlock your true potential and insane pushing power, you need to pair these scapular push-ups with actual push-ups or any other more advanced variation like weighted push-ups. I only started doing these later on in my fitness journey, and I wish I would have started from the very beginning. Planche push-ups get way easier. Literally every pushing exercise gets easier. Try this. This is an insane hack. Now, the only reason why I'm not going to put this super high at S tier is because it still can be optimized. To be honest, the best way to do these is with some more weight, whether you're using a weighted vest or a resistance band. You can get those at thenx.com. So technically it can go right under the average push-up. All right, next up we have the knuckle push-ups. Let's break this down for a second. What are we actually training here? We have the push-up component, we already know that's OP, and then we have the knuckle component to it. So are there much benefits by doing this on your knuckles? Well, you're improving your wrist strength and you're improving the endurance of your knuckles. If you're a fighter or something like that, that's definitely gonna come in handy, especially when it comes to punching and not rolling your wrist or being able to do more damage with your knuckles. But if you're the average fitness guy or just trying to optimize your pushing strength or your pushing muscles, this may not be as beneficial to the average person. And if you were really concerned about the wrist strength, well, you could be doing fingertip push-ups, which are gonna get your wrists and hands even stronger. And that's gonna allow you to also have a more focused rep on the intentional muscle groups and the intentional goal. So I'm gonna put the knuckle push-ups as B rank. All right, next up we have pseudo planche push-ups. This was an absolute game changer for me in my entire fitness journey. When I started incorporating these, specifically, I was doing 100 a day at one point. This was a pivoting point in my fitness journey. And that's when I went from okay to actually being good at this stuff. The goal to this exercise is to do a push-up, but pushing from your waistline. And this makes it tremendously harder. And it adds way more force and resistance onto your push-up. This is also one of the first main pushing exercises that you're gonna do to unlock the planche push-up, which is like the holy grail of pushing exercises. And even once you're already able to do planche push-ups, you'll still be doing the pseudo planche push-up to maintain your strength and even continue to build your strength. So this exercise is gonna be our first S tier, because again, I'll still be doing this exercise no matter how strong I get. And with exercises like the next one coming up, push up to 90-degree hold. Again, this is such a solid exercise for your pushing strength and also blowing up your chest. It's a strong, tight contraction on your chest as well as your triceps. And again, another gateway exercise that you can start from pretty early on to unlocking superhuman pushing strength. And to be honest, when I'm holding this exercise, the tension and contraction you feel in your chest and even your arms is way more than when you're benching. Just try it for yourself. Which is why I literally don't need to bench anymore. And remember, all of these exercises are always scalable. You can always add more resistance, whether you're using a resistance band or a weight vest, or if they're too difficult, you can alleviate some weight with assistance of a resistance band. And again, the fact that I still use this exercise to this day to create a progressive overload, I'm gonna say that's top tier right there. I'm gonna drop it on an S. All right, moving on, we got elevated push-up. To be honest, I think this is a fantastic move. For a complete beginner, this would 100% be an S tier exercise. Why? Because it's the most OP exercise that you can do if you can't yet do a push-up, and it's gonna directly translate and improve your push-up capabilities. It's like doing a literal push-up and just taking body weight off of you, and it's scalable. The lower the elevation, the more body weight you're putting back onto this exercise until you're able to just do it on the floor. In fact, that's how my son was able to do 100 push-ups a day. At the very beginning, obviously he was really young, he could barely do any push-ups at all. So we started on 10 sets of 10 elevated push-ups to hit 100 every day, and eventually he was able to do some lower, so he would max out the lower ones and then go back onto the elevated surface until he was able to transfer all of them onto the floor. Also, even at a higher fitness and strength level, you can still optimize with this exercise by working past the point of fatigue. Using this progression as a drop set to continue hitting more reps when you're too tired to move on. This is gonna create hypertrophy and create way more strength. For a lot of you, this is probably gonna be an A. For me personally, I'll bring it down to a B, just from the fitness level that I'm currently at right now. All right, moving on, we have the knee push-ups. Now this exercise is like the opposite of what I said before. It's a progression that you can use to build your strength to eventually unlock your first real push-up. But I actually advise against this exercise. I really don't like this exercise anymore at all, simply because of the opposing facts that I said before about the elevated push-up. Not only do they take the same amount of effort to do, but with the knee push-up, you're lacking all the form cues, the movement path, the trajectory that you would actually need for the real push-up. So the whole time you're trying to gain strength to do your push-up, but you're losing a lot of the components and technique that come with it. And that's why I'm gonna put these at D, to be honest. All right, next up, we have the decline push-up. This is a great push-up variation. It's just like your average push-up, but your feet are elevated. So this is gonna emphasize even more on your upper chest area by creating more resistance with your elevated body angle. Now, breaking down this exercise, you're getting all the benefits from the average push-up. It's gonna take about the same effort to do as an average push-up, but an extra benefit, you're hitting an area of your chest that you don't often due to the angle. And remember, to gain the most out of a muscle group, you're gonna need to train all the heads or areas. I would say this is gonna go right next to push-ups with an A rank. All right, next up we have elevated diamond squeeze. Again, another underrated exercise. I've been doing this one for like 10 years. It's been the absolute best exercise to work the split of my chest as well as the upper area of my chest. Now look how specific this squeeze and this movement path is. There's not many exercises where you're gonna get to be in this position. And because it's elevated and specific to this area, it's a great exercise to drop set with any other pushing exercise as well. So this exercise should be at least A, but you know what? I'll bring it down to a B because it's less resistance than the average push-up. All right, now we have the holy grail of all pushing exercises, the planche push-up. So many people train their asses off to try to achieve this exercise for years and years and still can't do it. So there is a big level to entry, which can deter a lot of people, but once you're able to do it, again, your fitness level completely transcends to a whole nother level. And if all you did was just one full planche push-up a day, that would still mean that you're maintaining a certain level of fitness and physique. Imagine you cannot do a single planche push-up if you're not on a certain fitness level or even a certain body physique. Imagine how many overweight people have you ever even seen do a planche push-up? Automatically S tier, there's no debate about it. And of course, this could be scaled as well with the resistance band if you're not strong enough to do it, or resistance if you're too strong, or use a Thenx weight vest. All right, next up we have explosive push-ups. And I feel like I'm giving all these exercises very high ratings, but you know, a lot of these push-up variations really are on that level. If you've never trained these before, you really just don't understand the explosive strength, endurance, and all the other benefits that come from doing some of these exercises. This is probably one of the best push-up variations that you can do, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, where you can see instant progress and results right after doing them. You see the Superman push-up, spread out that explosive power through the rest of your body, your legs, and this and that. Explosive push-ups, this actually concentrates that explosive power into your specifically intended muscle groups and goal. And give it a shot for yourself. Try doing only explosive push-ups for like a week straight, then go back to normal push-ups and you're gonna see how easy it's gonna be. You're gonna have to do explosive push-ups just to feel the same pump. So for explosive push-ups, really it should be like A++++, but since there's no ranking for that, let's just leave it at an A. All right, next up, we got the deep push-up. Again, this is a great exercise. You're getting the same exact benefits from the average push-up, but because you're going even deeper, you're giving way more range of motion. That's gonna build more strength and muscle. Simply just that extra component alone makes it very worth it. Now, you may be able to add more volume just doing the average push-ups, but sometimes it's better to cut back on your volume and increase the intensity, increasing your range of motion a bit more to make some more gains. And the deep push-up is definitely going to be an exception for that, but you can work them both strategically, increasing your intensity and increasing volume. Both of those things are absolutely necessary to progress. So with that said, if the push-ups are an A, this one definitely has to be an A as well. Okay, next up we have diamond push-ups. Again, one of the first exercises that really took my pushing to a whole nother level from a beginner's perspective. And still, I use the diamond push-ups to this day, especially when I'm trying to really emphasize on my pushing for my triceps. This exercise is just as good as push-ups, if not better in some cases, specifically for your triceps. So again, this is gonna be at A as well. It looks like all these exercises are getting an A rank. We still don't have anything for C rank yet, and we only have like 5 exercises left. Next up, we have the wide push-up. I do like this exercise. You have a wide range, so you're hitting the different areas of your chest, but because your arms are so wide, you're actually reducing the amount of range of motion that you're using in your arms. And in a way, this will reduce the benefits of the push-up a little bit. Now, what I do like about this exercise is you're working your serratus anterior. You have to push your arms straight to be able to hold this wide push-up position, and you're also keeping your arms locked out and straight as well, which can be needed for more niche pushing exercises like the full planche hold, full planche push-ups, archer push-ups, and so forth. So for this exercise, it's good as a variation, but definitely not one of the best push-up variations. I'll bring this down to a C, to be honest. I still use it, but I do not use it that often. Now, if the wide push-ups were elevated on the other hand, and if they had extra weight, this would definitely be a higher ranking for sure. You're increasing that range of motion and you're really getting that stretch in your chest. Now, next up, we have the archer push-up. This is what I was talking about, being able to gain that straight arm strength from another variation. And this one's actually better for straight arm strength, in my opinion, than the wide push-up, because you have to keep that opposing arm locked out the whole time, from the whole range of motion, from the top to the bottom. And believe it or not, you're not just holding your arm there, but you're still pushing with that arm, although it is straight. Now, what other benefits are coming from an archer push-up by pushing with one arm straight and one arm bent? You're emphasizing more on one chest and one arm to push the majority of your body weight. This is gonna greatly strengthen each side individually, as well as cure and strengthen any imbalances that you may have. And not only will that reduce injury, but it'll improve your performance, your capabilities, and your physique as well. And when it comes to bodyweight exercises, it's a great way to start increasing the overload when you're not using any equipment. So this one, I'm gonna give it, again, at least an A. And another reason why it should be something higher like A instead of B or C is because you're emphasizing on each side individually. Look at the list. You're not really doing that with any other exercise. All right, so next up we have pelican push-ups. This is like the ultimate pushing variation besides the planche push-up, simply because it has the longest range of motion. You're going all the way up completely to all the way down to a hanging position with your arms behind your back. Literally, you cannot add more range of motion than this exercise. And that's why this exercise should be S tier. This move is basically like a pseudo planche push-up and a deep push-up, except it goes way deeper. All the way to the bottom, in fact, literally engaging your back and your biceps as well, along with your chest and triceps all in one rep. Now, another barrier to entry for this exercise is that it's super hard to do, but there are ways around this. You can use a resistance band to alleviate a lot of your weight that we mentioned before, so that you're light enough to perform this exercise. But again, it's not as simple as just dropping down on the floor and doing some push-ups or any of these other variations, which you really don't need a setup or any equipment for that matter. So you do make S tier gains from this exercise. I highly recommend it, but I will bring it all the way down to a B, simply because it does take quite a bit of a setup, and that can kill your motivation to even do this exercise. All right, next up we have single leg push-ups. It's basically a push-up, but you're doing it on one foot because your other foot is on top of the opposing foot on the floor. Now let's break down this exercise. Specifically, the benefits is the exact same as a push-up, but you'll be emphasizing more on one side of your core as well as your chest and your arms. Now, if you really wanted to optimize this exercise, you would take that other foot and you would have it straight in the air. This is gonna add even more resistance and force to your exercise while recruiting a lot more stabilizer muscles, getting way more bang for your buck for each rep. Although you may not be able to do as many reps than if your foot was just on top of the other one. It's just gonna be a lot more easier, and that's the trade-off. You'll need to figure out if you need more intensity or more volume in that specific period of your fitness journey to move on. With all that said, I would put it right next to push-ups because it's basically the same thing, to be honest. All right, down to the last exercise, the one arm push-up. You know, I used to think this exercise was quite of a gimmick when I first kind of got started, but the more I just decided to give it a chance and started actually incorporating it into my fitness regimen, the more I realized like, oh, okay, this move is actually OP. I was gonna say underrated, but it's not. Everyone thinks this move is the best. There is some credibility to that for sure. And imagine when you can do the same amount of reps of what someone can do with two arms with one arm. You're literally double as strong on one side than the average person. And the only way you can do that is to literally increase the overload on one side. That's with one arm push-ups, or using a progression in between to get there, like the archer push-ups or the assisted one arm push-up. And imagine if push-ups alone with two hands can build an insane physique, insane chest, insane triceps, arms, and pushing strength, even your shoulders and your core. Imagine what you're gonna gain from doing it with just one arm. You're literally gonna double the benefits on both sides and make some life-changing results. And again, just like the planche push-up, if you can do a quality set of one arm push-ups, you will always maintain a certain fitness level that would technically stop you from ever regressing. And at the end of the day, the strength and the benefits you're gonna get specifically from doing this exercise is extremely transferable. So you already know. This is going to S tier. That's about it. Those are all the exercises. Of course, there are some more pushing variations. If you want me to go over even more push-up variations or other exercises like pull-ups, muscle-ups, and so forth, maybe other muscle groups like back or shoulders. I also did an ab one. Check that one out. Just leave a comment down below what you want the next ranking video to be about. I'll definitely get it covered so you can know which ones actually worked for me over the past decade and which ones didn't. And like I said, I've been doing this over a decade, specializing in calisthenics, bodyweight training. And if you want to do the same to build the ultimate physique, all you got to do is download the Thenix app in the App Store or Google Play Store for free right now. You'll get access to all my workout programs and technique guides teaching you the most advanced skills like the full planche, human flag, muscle up, and so much more. And also share this video with a friend right now that needs to know what the best push-up variations are so that they also stop wasting their time. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button right now, bell notifications on so that you never miss out on a video. I post videos just like this every Monday, 10 a.m. USA Eastern time. So I'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. with a brand new video. But in the meantime, check out this other video where I rank the best ab exercises so you can get your six-pack abs right now. Check it out. Mad love. Peace out, baby.